Oh, yeah. Look at the animation on that. That is nice. Gotta love it. Get a little motivation as we move into some harvesting contracts here in the month of October. Welcome back, fellow farmers and friends, to another episode here on Frankenmuth Farms. And I'll just right up front, I'm just going to say it. I know it's been a very, very long time since we put a new Frankenmuth Farms episode out, and I apologize for that. You may have noticed lately we are branching out just ever so slightly on the channel, so there have been some other games that I've been making some videos for and uploading to the channel. We have an American Trucking Simulator episode up, and we also have an episode for Ranch Simulator up on the channel as well. So I greatly appreciate your support on those couple episodes, new series to the channel. Just trying some new stuff out. Wanted to play some new games. Wanted to kind of expand the channel a little bit, and those were a couple games that immediately came to mind. So I was happy to get some videos recorded for that and get those uploaded to the channel. And I'm glad to see that for the most part, everyone's kind of enjoying them. But we're back to our roots today, and we have a lot to get done here around Frankenmuth Farms, and I mean a lot. We've got some harvesting contracts that we need to get knocked out. We're gonna make close to about $40,000 just off the harvesting contracts here. We are into the month of October. Last episode seeing us ending in September, and we're on the doorstep of the winter time. So we're gonna need to figure out what it is that we need to do here just to kind of get ourselves through the winter. I think what we're gonna end up doing, don't hold me to it just yet, but I think what we're gonna end up doing is we're probably gonna try to get ourselves into at least March by the time we get through this episode, because there is just nothing really for us to be concerned about here in the wintertime, especially with the fact that we don't really own any productions, nothing like that. We are going to hopefully, and I know we've been talking about this for like 3 episodes now, we're going to try to pick up the oil mill production point. Now, last episode, which pretty conveniently, the field right here ahead of us, that is our new canola field. Now, that's a small field that we purchased at the end of last episode that came out like, what, 6 months ago was the last time I put a Frankenmuth Farms episode out. Canola is looking pretty good. We have a sunflower field harvest to do, and then I believe the other contract that we have is a cornfield harvest. Yeah, we need to make the money. We need to make the money. I need you guys to like the video, drop some comments down below. Let me know how you're feeling about the Frankenmuth Farm series. Subscribe to the channel, and furthermore, if you're looking to support, we have channel membership options out there. Become a channel member. Tier 2 channel members get early access to new videos that are coming out, whether it's American Trucking Sim, Ranch Simulator, Farming Sim. We still have SnowRunner on deck. We are looking to do some of that. And then also kind of breaking away from the simulation style games, but I'm really thinking about doing a campaign playthrough of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 that just came out here about a month ago now. So just, again, different things, different stuff. You might have noticed that the channel's gone through some branding type stuff. We went from Misled Farms to Misled Farms and Simulation Gaming, and now we're back to Misled Farms. I think eventually the channel name is just going to kind of balance out and end up just sticking with Misled Games or Misled Gaming. I think that's where we're going to eventually end up, but who knows. But I do know one thing. I need to get this sunflower field harvested, and we need to jump over and get that cornfield harvested. Busy morning here in the month of October, but absolutely necessary so that we can make some money and we can look to lock down that oil mill. Finally. All right, we have finished up the sunflower field here. We have 107,000 liters of sunflowers that we need to deliver over to Frankenmuth Farmers Market. Now, what we're going to do is we have to deliver at least... Oh, I missed a little bit. Oh, my bad. We have to deliver at least 101,000 liters of the sunflowers. So we are going to do our best to save the remaining 6,000 liters, because we do have our sunflower greenhouse, which we're driving by here in just a moment, with some sunflowers already in the silo system that we have on the farm. Now, my idea is just a little extra surplus of sunflowers that we have in the event that we are able to purchase the oil mill by the end of this episode. We will have a little small initial stockage of sunflowers that we can put into the oil mill, and we can start to produce sunflower oil. At which point we will also set our sunflower greenhouse or open air garden to distributing. So that way those sunflowers will go right over to the oil mill. We won't have to worry about moving anything around. Very similar to the way that we have our cotton open air garden set up. It automatically distributes all the cotton over to the spinnery so that we can make some fabric and keep that production point running for us, and yeah, keep the fabric rolling in. Which this might be one of the episodes where we need to sell some of the fabric, just in case. That was what we talked about in episode 9. Was the fabric is our break glass in case of emergency type situation where we need to make some extra money. We can sell off some of the fabric, and we can do that to help push us up over the threshold in order to be able to afford the oil mill. Pulling into the Frankenmuth farmers market. Let's go ahead. We will start overloading. We are going to do our best to stop this with about 6,000 liters left in the grain trailer here. We'll see how well we can do with it. Well, there we go. Contract on Field 13 is finished. Gina Hartman grants us 15% discount for future field purchases. We did sell off just a little bit of the sunflowers, but we have actually 7,500 liters left, so that's actually pretty good for us. Now, the next field that we need to harvest is going to be Field 24 right here. You've probably seen the harvester positioned up there at the corner of the field up by our farm. That's the next field that we have for contract purposes, but once we get these sunflowers tipped into our silo system, we're going to go ahead and collect up on the sunflower field contract for that harvest. We may have to see what November offers, or see what other contracts happen to pop up as we progress throughout the month here. I would like to be at least $100,000 to $110,000 when we decide to buy the oil mill. That way we do have some money left in our pocket in the event that we have any expenses that we need to cover. We'll still have a little bit of money left over. All right, we'll tip the remainder of that into our silo system. Quick, fast, and easy. That is done. Now, just out of curiosity, how much do we actually have in here? Sunflowers, 11.5. And then down here with the greenhouse, we probably have quite a bit. We have 16,000 more down here. So we have a total of about 28,000 liters, 28 to 29,000 liters of sunflower seeds that we can use for the oil mill eventually, which is pretty good. I like that. Now, the oil mill probably is going to chew through that relatively quickly, so it will be good that we're starting with such a high surplus, because now that gives the open air garden time to supplement the input so that we can keep the oil mill running. But with that, the only thing remaining to do is collect on our sunflower field contract, $22,000. It looks like we are only going to bring home $13,900, and actually, we're not even really going to bring home that much. We kind of already spent our profits that we were going to make off this contract, but nonetheless, we can go ahead and collect there. Now, the next one's going to be the cornfield. That is 450,000 liters need to be delivered. That is going to be a little time consuming. So with that, what we're going to do is we'll take our grain trailer over to the cornfield, and then we are going to get rolling with that harvest as well. We're up to $59,000. This contract right here is going to put us up over the threshold that we need to purchase the oil mill, but by no means is it going to leave us in a financially stable position. That's going to be the problem. We are definitely going to have to look at selling some other stuff off here to try to make a little bit more money just to help us out once we do purchase our next production, which is going to be, for certain, it's going to be the oil mill. But for now, we need to go ahead and get rocking on this cornfield harvest here. So with that, sit back, relax, and enjoy the time lapse. right, yeah, this is what happens when you set up follow me mode and you're a little unfamiliar with setting it up, and you turn one way and your follow me AI worker is coming at you from that same direction. And let me go ahead and clean this mess up just a little bit, and then we'll resume with the harvest. Well, this should be our third in one of our final trips over here to Frankenmuth Farmers Market to drop off this corn here. This is going to take us up to 450,000 liters, and I think what we needed to do, yes, this is absolutely going to be the last trip that we need to make. So we'll go ahead, we'll keep an eye on this. I think I'm just going to go ahead and sell all of the corn. We still have another pass to do with the combine harvester to finish up the entire field and pull off as much corn as we possibly can. But yeah, just going to go ahead, sell everything, collect on the contract. This was the first time I've used the Follow Me mod. I do have to say I really, really like the Follow Me mod for the purposes of basically just keeping everything moving. The combine harvester, minus the little hiccup that you've seen there where me and the AI worker ran into one another. That was really the only true issue that I had. So other than that, the Follow Me mod worked extremely well. I'm very happy with that. It's the first time I've ever actually used the Follow Me mod. I guess I could bring the tractor the rest of the way down here. I do believe the Follow Me mod is actually only on PC as well. So if you're a console player and you're hoping to use the same thing, unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be the case. It's definitely something that I can see being a big benefit for doing like harvesting and baling contracts. But outside of that, I don't really feel like I would use it for much of anything else. Plus, if you're kind of in the same circumstances that we're in, where we're trying to make as much money as possible, you kind of run into that whole thing of you got to pay your AI workers to continue doing what they're doing. So that can get a little pricey. Dude, I need you to kind of stop. You know what? Never mind. We're just gonna do our thing here. I did notice though, sometimes at the turnaround, it can get a little sketchy for the AI worker. There was a few times where the Follow Me mod kind of disengaged, and I had to go back and reset everything. But nonetheless, for the most part, it did exactly what it's supposed to do. AI worker followed you around. You were able to unload the harvester while harvesting the field. which is exactly what I was hoping to do. So yeah, pretty satisfied overall. So all we really have left to do at this point is clean up the rest of the little bit of corn that we have remaining on the field, deposit that into the Frankenmuth Farmers Market, make a little bit of money off of that, and that's going to be it. So we're going to probably, I'd have to look at our grain trailer to see how much corn we have that we're going to pull off. I'm going to say probably about another 6,000 to 7,000 liters of corn coming off this field, if not maybe a little bit more. But knowing my luck with how I am with guessing at how much of a yield I'm going to pull or how much product I'm going to have, it's probably going to be even less than that. 27,000 liters of corn. That's way more than I thought we were going to have, which, to my point, I'm horrible at guessing. I'm just bad at it when it comes to this game with guessing yields. So 27,000 liters of corn going in. I don't care about the fair market price right now. We need to make some money. That's what I really truly want to do, is just make some money. So we'll go ahead and sell all of this off. I know we're not going to make a ton. We made $7,000 off of that. But what that does for us is another $23,000 we're going to collect on the contract, and that puts us up to $91,000. Now, if you'll recall, I said I wanted to have close to $110,000 in the bank by the time we looked to purchase the oil mill. Well, we are officially at that point of needing to sell off something that we can make a little bit of extra money off from, in hopes of hitting that $110,000 mark. Now, a couple items that we have that we could sell off. We got the soybeans over there from the open air garden. We have the fabric over at the spinnery, which I'll need to convert my trailer over to a pallet trailer type deal, so we can go ahead and run over there and collect those up. Which, matter of fact, we might as well just go over to the spinnery now. We're right here. It's basically right across the street from us. But first thing we're going to do is slightly modify our trailer here so that we can do the bale trailer. Shouldn't cost us anything. That's absolutely perfect. Well, I think we've changed our mind. We're just going to go ahead and buy the, we're going to buy it now. We're just going to do it now. Oil mill, $80,000. Finally, 10 episodes into the series, ladies and gentlemen, fellow farmers and friends, we are officially the proud owner of the oil mill here on Frankenmuth Farms. We had one pallet of fabric that had spawned over at the spinnery. I think next up we are going to possibly take a look at getting the tailor shop. Now that we have oil mill production, I think money for us is going to start coming in a lot faster, especially if we can maintain that surplus of sunflowers and canola. That is going to be the key thing for us. And we can finally start to maybe put a little bit of distance between us and some of these contracts that we'd have to be doing just to keep us afloat financially. I'm not saying that contracts are no longer going to be needed. Of course, we might have to make some extra money, or there may just be the contract that pops up that we just can't say no to. We're going to absolutely have to do it. But I'm going to make my way back over to the farm. I'm going to offload this one pallet of fabric that we have. And then from there, I'm going to reconvert this trailer back over to a tipper. We're going to put the rest of our sunflowers from the silo system into our grain trailer. And we're going to offload some of the pallets that we have that spawn from the open air garden. I want to get all of those deposited into the silo system. We'll run all of the sunflowers over. We're going to start production on some sunflower oil. And then the next thing for us is going to be getting into the harvest season for our canola field, which should be, I think, late spring, maybe early summertime without looking at the calendar. Yeah, here we go. We are in oil mill production mode in Frankenmuth Farms. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it here for episode 10. I appreciate you guys dropping by. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you're considering a channel membership, I'd love to have you as a channel member. And I would be amiss. I should have done this a lot earlier in the episode. Straight Ham 21, I appreciate the super thanks that you dropped on the Ranch Simulator episode the other day. Much love, much appreciation. Same goes for all of you out there. Hope you enjoyed. We'll catch you in the next one.